Shinsekai Yori is an adaptation from a novel with the same name, which has 2 volumes that were released in 2008. First, let me say that Shinsekai Yori was not a light watch at all. This is a thinker's anime. Casual viewers will probably be very turned off by the serious nature of this show. Having said that, for those of you who are looking for an anime that shows the story of a dark, fear-ridden society in a brutally honest way, keep on watching. Shinsekai Yori is unique in the sense that it does not have any correct set of morals. The line between good versus bad is blurred to the point where the viewer sympathizes with the antagonist. Why is this? It is because Shinsekai Yori is very realistic. Let me give you an example to further explain the meaning of this statement. In modern society, many consider stealing to be a sin, while others justify this act in order to feed their families. In other words, survival is all that matters, and that is what Shinsekai Yori is. A situation in which survival is the only thing that justifies an action or not. Now, logic such as this will undoubtedly result in very disturbing outcomes and decisions, so viewers should brace themselves before watching this series. If anyone is expecting to see plenty of action, comedy, happiness, I suggest you to think twice before trying this anime. Positive moments are stretched out far in between, while the tragedy is almost always present. Also, casual viewers should be aware that Shinsekai Yori requires some degree of analysis for it to be enjoyed at its utmost potential. During somewhere in the middle of 2015, I looked at Shinsekai Yori. The promotional picture did not catch my eye and the premise did not spark my interest. I did give it a shot, and after finishing the anime, I can promise you that it is truly a spectacular diamond in the rough. First and foremost, let's talk about the story of Shinsekai Yori. The story takes place in Japan 1,000 years from the present, in a utopia where a portion of the population retains a special power called as psychokinesis. From the beginning, we follow a group of 5 children as they grow up in the anime and see how they develop within the community bounded by strict rules and deals with the decisions that they make that alter the course of their lives and entire society they live in. The plot of the show flows very nicely from episode to episode, and just as we approach to the climax, there's a plot twist and the storyline from that point just flips upside down in a way that you would never expected it to. In this world, there are many hidden truths present behind many things. Some horrors and conspiracies that will threaten the life of anyone who uncovers them. For Saki, who is the main character, and the other members of the Zeijin Academy's Group 1, this is a danger that they fall victim to. Despite the dark, foreboding tone set from the beginning, it's not until the group uncovers a secret from their school trip that everything starts to go dreadfully wrong for them. Disappearances, assassinations, and invisible beasts are some of the handful of the mysteries revealed to Saki and her friends. Society is evidently not the utopia that it seems. The story is primarily conveyed throughout the perspective of Saki. But rather than focus on each character individually, Shinsekai Yori instead centers around interpersonal characterizations. Group 1 is often treated as its own character due to the 5 inseparable friendships, and this friendship itself serves as one of the core themes of the story. Gradually and together, they mature from the naive children that they were at the beginning of the story, directly as a result of their relationships with the others. However, do not be misled. This is not an anime about its characters. It is first and foremost a story about mysteries and conflicts that they find themselves pulled into. The next thing we are gonna talk about is characters. The characters in this anime are just something else. With Saki as a shining star, the main character starts off as children, and by the end of the anime they are adults, with proper illustration of the character development. There are a couple of animes who have attempted this children to adulthood metamorphosis motive within one season, but they do not pull it off as well as Shinsekai Yori. With an anime that has 25 episodes, you would think that it would not be enough time for a proper character development from children to adult. However, Shinsekai Yori pulls this off very smoothly, which is evidently seen with Saki and Satoru, which even applies to a supporting character as well. You will not see one character behavior as such and then the next episode they are being the polar opposite. Everything is just explained and shown very well. The next thing is art and animation. Now I must admit that the art would amaze one episode and then other would make you cringe to the next. For example, there were many instances where some of the characters' faces and bodies were so wrapped that it shocked me that such mistakes were made in production. Although, having said that, there were various instances where the art was absolutely stunning. Gorgeous still shots and surreal dream sequences beautifully portrays the gloomy environment. Just try searching up Shinsekai Yori on the Google and look up some of the HD scenes pic. I give the art around 7.5 because the production team really made some episodes look absolutely horrible while others were done brilliantly. To sum it up, the art is inconsistent and is hit or miss depending on the episode. The next thing is sound and the music. Shinsekai Yori did not have an opening, which may bother some people. I skipped the opening 95% of the time, so the fact that Shinsekai Yori had no opening was a negative factor personally. The soundtrack was spot on in providing the gloomy dark atmosphere for the anime. It really stood out. Each time a track played, it would send shivers down my spine. For the episode where the art were done well, once the music played, it would produce some of the most chilling scenes of any horror anime I have ever seen. One thing that should be noted about this music is that it is very repetitive and is rarely varied. Although in Shinsekai Yori's case, this isn't necessarily a bad thing. And finally, overall, I haven't seen a well-themed series like this ever before, where nothing is random. This anime makes you think and entertains you at the same time. It seems like many people dropped this series and gave it a low score in the first few chapters because the story is so slow at the beginning of the series. But who prefers a story that starts good, then it begins to get bad and finally it ends horrible? In this anime, it occurs almost quite the opposite. It starts slow but then eventually episode gets better. It also did not look appealing to me at the first, but once I started and things picked up, I just wrapped myself in a blanket and marathoned the whole show. Just looking back at the anime, I will say that one of the highlights in this show is its ability to take the morals and the values of the world we live in and put it into perspective from watching what the characters do to each other and the outcomes that blossoms from their decisions. Give Shinsekai Yori a try and you will see what I mean. And I think that wrapped up about the review of the Shinsekai Yori. I hope you enjoyed my review, and have you watched Shinsekai Yori? If you have watched it, then make sure to comment your thoughts about this anime in the comment section down below, and if you haven't seen it yet, then you should do it as soon as possible. And that was for today's video, guys. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure to like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel because I post daily anime content about top 10 top 5 listings, anime reviews, recommendations, news theories and all sorts of anime content on daily basis. So that was it and I will see you in the next one. Sayonara.